Okay, today we will start with this photo, and there's so many ways how you can turn a human being into a robot, into a cyborg. So for this example, I will draw some lines and shapes on her body, and I already actually did that before recording this tutorial, and I will turn everything that is black, all those shapes and lines, into holes. So basically like cutouts in the body, and inside I will place some other objects like some electronics, some gears, etc. You will see that in a moment. I will not go step by step through all this process because I already did it in my tutorial that is called Human Robot Effect. So go back, check that out, check the beginning of that tutorial to see how I draw all these shapes and how I will make a hole and everything. So basically I will lower the opacity of this layer and just apply exactly the same effects that I did in the previous tutorial. So basically bevel and emboss and inner shadow. I have drop shadow too, but maybe I will use it, maybe I will not. For now I will not use it. And this is it. This is, like you can see, like there's some holes inside the body. Okay, now let's go to the next step. The next step is to make the hole inside the background too. But before that, before we make the hole inside the background, what I want to do is to decide what part will be basically left as a human skin and which part will be turned into something else. In this tutorial I will turn some parts of the skin into kind of rubber armor, something like that. So now I will fast forward and quickly make a selection of parts of the body that I want to make into something different. Okay, as you can see right here, I just use a pen tool and trace around the model where I actually want to change the skin into something different. And this is it. Now I will turn this into selection by pressing Ctrl and Enter or Command and Enter, and this is it. And now I will go and turn this into a rubbery skin effect, which is really cool effect. But before I do that, I just want to say that this episode is sponsored by Skillshare, so thank you Skillshare for that. Skillshare is a really cool place where you can go and gain some new skills or expand your current skills. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on photo editing, video effects like After Effects, even 3D, or something completely different like maybe cooking, etc. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. They are offering classes designed for real life, so you can move your creative journey forward without putting life on hold. You can learn and grow with short classes that fits your busy routine. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, for a limited time you can use the link down there in the description to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Also, Skillshare is pretty affordable. The annual plan is less than $10 per month. Right guys, so make sure to grab this opportunity, check out the link, start gaining some new skills or expand your current skills, and enjoy the content there. Alright, now let's go back to Photoshop and continue making this really awesome cyborg effect. So in order to create this rubbery skin effect, we need to add few adjustment layers. There are several ways how we can do it. I will show you one of the ways. So first I will go with the black and white adjustment layer, and the mask will automatically be added from the selection. And now I want to turn this. There are several ways. We can just move the sliders left and right and make this black. This is really cool way to do it. Okay, we can do it like that. As you can see, if I zoom it, there are a few artifacts on the skin, and that's because the photo is not quite good, the resolution is bad, and basically the quality of the photo is bad. It will be much better if I have a raw photo of this woman, but it is how it is. So we can try several things. One of the things that I want to try is basically to turn this into luminosity blending mode and just make this a little bit darker, not too much because I will have a lot of artifacts, but there are several ways to do it. So another adjustment layer is hue and saturation adjustment layer. Alt click and drag the mask to copy on this layer, and now I will go and make reds and yellows completely black and white. So this is another way. I'm not sure, maybe it's similar. And then we need to add curves adjustment layer, and again copy the layer mask. I will put it into multiple blending mode, and see, this is not bad. In a normal blending mode I need just to lower this, and this is, I think, a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's a little bit less artifacts here, but we are still having them. we will make it really smooth and nice like real rubber. So don't worry, just stay with me. And also I want to add another curves adjustment layer and copy the mask, of course, and this will be a little bit brighter. Okay, something like this, but actually I will group just one layer here, Control Command G, and add a black layer mask by holding Alt or Option key on that group, and this is highlights. Okay, and I will go here on the group mask, and with really soft brush and maybe 10% opacity, white color, I just want to add a few highlights here and there. I can do that later when this becomes really nice rubbery effect, but we can do it now too. So as you can see, this looks pretty nice. And I will just fast forward this. I'm just adding few highlights here and there. Okay, so I will go back to the curves. So this is dark. And maybe I will make it a bit darker. With this you can control the color of that rubber, the darkness, the brightness, etc. So this is really important. And I will group all of these, Control and or Command G on a Mac, and name this dark skin or rubber skin or whatever you want. So this is before, this is after, really nice effect. This is before and after everything. Okay, the next step is to create here a layer that I will call it R, name it R for retouch. And because this is an artificial part of the body, the skin, I will just use this healing brush, but healing brush tool, the second one, and I will just go click and remove these blemishes and imperfections, because the rubbery part, the artificial part of the skin needs to be basically perfect, because it's a rubber, it's not a skin, real skin. So I will do that really quickly. I will fast forward this too. Okay, so this is pretty good. I will not tweak it any further. There are a few imperfections here and there, but I will not worry about that right now. We will fix it in some other way later. And the next step is just to make the holes, same holes inside this skin group. So I will control click on the lines and just Alt and click on the mask, or Option click on the mask, just to make the holes right there. So this is perfect. The next step is to make some holes on the background too. But before we do that, I just want to merge these two layers into one. I want to hide everything and now merge visible. Control, Alt, Shift and E, or on a Mac, Shift Command, Option and E, and merge these visible things. I will group these two layers and name it backup. Okay, this is a backup, I don't need it. And now this is a model. And what I like to do here is just to bring the same mask to this. I can just copy, drag, Alt and drag here. And now I have holes, and behind those holes I will put a few things. And let's do it actually now. Let's put some kind of a background. I will go with the solid color adjustment layer and just choose some kind of a color here. Pinkish one, really cool. And this is it for now. It's pretty nice and cool. Okay, the next step is to make the skin even more smooth and more rubbery than it is right now. So for that, I will make a copy of this model layer, Control or Command J, and just name this rubber or smooth or whatever. So now what I like to do, I like to blur this. So in order to blur this, I just want to unlink this link icon between the layer and the mask, because I don't want to blur a mask. I just want to blur the layer. So I will go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and I just need to choose the proper radius. So let's zoom it. This is nice, but I need it even smoother. Maybe 40, let's go with 40. This is pretty nice. I really like it. This is really nice and smooth, like a Black Panther suit, something like that, but without the texture. So I will press OK, and now I will see my mask is not smooth out. This is what I want, but I cannot just leave it like that. I need to make a group out of this layer, Control or Command G, make this, name this smooth rubber, and create black layer mask by holding Alt or Option key and click on the layer mask. And now I want to manually add the smoothness with really soft brush. If I add everything as a smooth layer, you will see this is not good. I don't want this. I cannot see the difference between the hand and leg and so on and so forth. So I need to do it manually. So I will just paint like this, and some portion will be really good with 100% opacity, but some portions I need to mask out. So I will fast forward this. This is just process of adding a layer mask, painting this. So I want this maybe with 50% opacity and just tweak it like that, and then with the black just remove these parts here, as you can see, and I will see you soon. Okay guys, so this is it. I painted everywhere, I think. So let's just see the mask. Yeah, I didn't paint it here, but with white like that, and I missed a few things here and there. I'll fix it pretty. So yeah, I don't need actually to paint on these holes, but this looks really good. One thing that I don't like here are actually those artifacts, the bending. As you can see, the bending is so obvious, but we'll fix that with one really fine and quick fix, and that's by adding a noise. So I will go right here, create a new layer outside the group and clip it to affect only the group, and fill it with 50% gray by pressing shift and backspace, and just choose here 50% gray. Okay, and put this into overlay blending mode. Let's go here, and I saw that I missed a few strokes. Okay, and now let's go back to the noise layer and add a noise. Go to filter, noise, add noise. And now we can choose, I want to zoom it to see, but as you can see, tree is pretty nice. I don't have any artifacts. This is before, this is after, just by adding a noise, and noise will be really cool here, cool addition to the texture. So the texture of that rubber, you can add even more, you can add something crazy, but we don't want that. If you want, you can do it, see whatever you want, but tree for this photo, I really like it, so I'll press OK. And this is a quick fix. So this was before, as you can see how it was pretty bad, and just by blurring and adding a noise, this is really nice, smooth, perfect suit for a robot, like a rubber effect. Now we can play with it even more with this. We can go right here and go with these highlights and maybe add even more highlights, as you can see, just to make more shiny rubber or less shiny rubber, whatever you want. You can play with the darkness and make it even more darker or whatever. It's completely up to you. Change a few settings here and there. Let's go here, maybe make this brighter, make it even darker. However you want, everything is possible because you have a lot of options here to tweak it. Okay, now I will put some things behind this suit in these holes right there to make this effect even more interesting. I will do exactly the same thing that I did in my human robot effect, so please check it out. I don't want to waste your time to do everything again, so it's pretty simple and easy. I will just make it and come back. Okay guys, so this is how it looks. What I did basically, I created this group inside and they just add several elements. So as you can see, there are just few elements here and there grouped, but nothing special, nothing fancy. Some gears and a few things here and there that I find online, and this is how it looks. So basically, let me see, this is the image of the gears, and I just put it behind this, and that's it. Just simple put image. Oops, sorry, not this, but here for example, just put image and drag it wherever you want this to be, and when you're satisfied, leave it like there. This is some wires that I put inside, and this is it. Just few photos that I find online that suits my idea of the cyborg here. Okay, now that we have inside part, this is before, this is after, we have this really cool dark skin. You can choose maybe a brighter skin if you want, it's completely up to you. We have a lot of things. I just want to make here more like a 3D effect, like this is more over the top of the real skin, this and this. So how to do that? It's pretty simple process. So I will go inside the dark skin, click control and click on one of the masks, it doesn't matter, and I will just go outside and create a new layer and just fill it with any color. I will fill it with white here. I can just go with maybe harder brush, just this. what is important for me are just these parts that are touching the real skin. So this and this, because I will make effect there. I don't want this part here at all, but I can delete it later. So for now, this is pretty cool. I will Control or Command D to deselect it, and then double click on that. Go and lower the fill completely to 0. I don't want to see that. I just want to add bevel and emboss, and you will see in a moment. Let's just zoom it and go back. You will see this, but we will fix it. I just want to go and change a few things. So let's see, I don't want inner, I want outer. So this is pretty cool. The light will come from this direction. Let me see. I can change the colors here. So the highlights and shadows. So I will just tweak this until I'm satisfied with the result. This looks pretty nice. Maybe I will go with this, or let's see, let's go with this one. So maybe something like this, and go back to this normal and just choose the size and soften it, maybe depth a little bit deeper. Just tweak a few things until you're satisfied, however you like it. I'm pretty okay with this right now, and maybe drop shadow. So let's see if I drop shadow here, and let's see. Okay, let's go here and say, all right, my shadow will be something like this, and distance maybe like that. Make it more obvious. Like that. I will press OK. Okay, so this is it, and I will show you one really cool trick how to get rid of these things. If you just create a layer mask and just try to get rid of this, yeah, you will have some crazy result here, and this is normal in this kind of situation. But what I will do, let's just delete layer mask. I will right click on the effect itself and say create layers, and I will press OK, and now I will have this as a layers. This is a shadow, maybe I will not need it, I will see, but now I can create a layer mask on this one, and actually I will create a black one, and then with the white color I will just paint on the parts where I want this effect to be visible. This is pretty nice. So here and there, and this is it. This is really nice. We have these kind of 3D effects here. We can use the shadow, but let's see if we can use it like this. I don't like it. Actually, I will delete the shadow and go without it. So this is pretty cool, and I will group this and name this 3D effect. Okay guys, I just tweaked this a little bit more. I undo it a few times until I got back to the beginning where I can tweak the settings, and I just changed the depth and the smoothness to get a little bit more smoother result, as you can see right here, and change the angle of the light a little bit, and then convert it to layers and got the same effect. Now I will create some kind of bolts, or however you call it, some kind of screws right here. So I will create a new layer, and I will go with the elliptical marquee tool, and I will create just circle right here, something like this, and fill it with black, alt and backspace in this case. And now what I like to do, I will create another layer, and actually I don't need to do it in 2 layers, but let's go back while selection is active, and I will go with the white brush and really soft one, and just make 10% or 20 opacity, and just go and tap a few times until you create some kind of this effect, and this is pretty cool. I will drag it by holding Alt or Option key to copy it right there, and I have these 2 bolt screws, whatever they are. Let's name this screw. Okay, and this is basically it. This is really good addition to the armor. At least I like it. Okay, now I will draw a few things here on the face. So let's see. First, let's group this. Let's clean this up a little bit. Screws, everything is cool. These are lines, noise, rubber. So this is pretty good. I will create a new layer and name it face mask, and I will use just regular pen tool and quickly create something like this, and probably like this. and it will go right there, and it will go like that. Control Enter to make the selection and just fill it with the black. Control backspace in this case because the black is background color, and I will go with maybe 50% opacity or 70, let's see, or maybe 65. Yeah, this looks pretty nice, and I will do exactly the same thing on another side. So I will go here, but on the other side we will see it less because it's distorted in perspective, so it will be probably somewhere here, and just go like this. Okay, and fill it with black again, and this is pretty cool. So I have these two parts, and what I want to do here is just to draw another part on the lips. So this will be lips glow. Okay, so I will again use a pen tool, go from here to here, make something like this, and let's see, this looks pretty nice. Just make it a little bit, oops, just this one. Like that. Control Enter to load as a selection and fill it with white in this case. So this is how it looks. And also I will make a circle here for a glow, for additional glow. So I will go again with the elliptical marquee tool and just create some kind of circle like that, fill it with white, and then I will go select, we can go select, modify, or transform selection, whatever we want. I will go contract and contract, let's see, 5 is pretty cool, delete, and I have this really cool circle that we will make glow later out of this. And let's see, I think this looks pretty nice for now. Now, what I like to do here, I want to make some kind of a glass effect, like a glass cover for these gears and these wires. So I don't want like dust to come inside. So for that, I will go and create, let's see where I will do that. I will go about here. So I will create glass cover and go and control click to load this as a selection. And actually, I will fill this with some kind of pinkish color. So let's go with this color, and I want the bright one, and just brush out like this is a glass, perfect. And also here, just like that. And now what I like to do also, I will deselect everything and add some kind of dodge and burn on this. So I will paint one side brighter, another side darker, where the light is coming from this direction. And for that I will actually again load this as a selection, hide it, Control or Command H, just to hide the selection. I don't want to see it, and go here with a little bit brighter color and 10% opacity, and just make this brighter, and a little bit darker color. I don't want so saturated, so maybe like that, and maybe 5% opacity, and just make this part a bit darker. Okay, and same here, I will go and add a little bit brightness, 10%, like this, nothing special, but this is pretty cool. And also I need to add some kind of a reflection here, so I will go glass reflection. Okay, and I will just clip it to affect only this layer down below, and I will go with some kind of this kind of shape, something like that. Okay, this will be reflection, Control Command click, and fill it with white, and this looks pretty nice, but it's not there yet. So I will actually unclip it and load here. Let me see. Yeah, because it's under everything, it will be only here visible, but actually I want to put it over the shadow and over the everything, both of these. Now I see I need to put it over the lines right there. Yeah, exactly like that. And I will go and put a mask right there and invert it, Control Command I, so I have it right there. I will delete it from here, and I will lower the opacity a little bit, so this is much better. And also here I will go and with maybe 30% opacity and black color, I will just blend this a little bit better, this part of the glass right here, like that. And this looks really nice, but I want to maybe curve this a little bit, because maybe this glass is not just straight like this, maybe it's like some kind of a dome or something like that. So I will go and go filter liquify just on this layer, and here what I like to do, I will go right there, let's zoom it a little bit, and I will just curve it a little bit like this, maybe a little bit bigger brush. This, not too much, just a little. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's a little bit more organic to me, so I pretty much like this. And here I can do the same. I can just go like this and fill it with white and just have something like that. This can be like a straight glass. And also this one I can erase it even more with 10% opacity, and just it's less visible. Probably something like this looks really cool. So we have really nice glass effect here and there, and we can change the color. So here we can go with the hue and saturation, clip it to affect only that, and just change the color a little bit, maybe add a little bit more saturation, a little bit more towards the something like that. We can make it brighter, we can make it darker, whatever we want, but I really like this glass effect right there. Okay, so let me see. We have some gears inside, we have some gears inside, we have some gears right there. So if we go and hide the glass right there, so let's hide it, let's hide the reflection. I don't like this yellow color of the gears and everything, so I want just to paint that. So let's go to the inside layer, and we can do it in two ways. We can just create a new layer right here and name it paint. And for all my Patreon supporters, you can download this PSD file on a Patreon. You already know the drill. For all you guys who want to support me and make this channel even bigger and better, you can do that on Patreon. And you have the links down there in the description how to do it, so check it out. I will choose some kind of a color. I maybe choose this color right there. And just paint over this. So I can go to maybe color and 100% opacity of the brush, and just paint this to be some kind of pinkish color. Let's see, maybe here too, the reflection. I pretty much like it. And what I like to do, I like to change the gears from the yellow into pinkish color. So for that I will go here, hue and saturation adjustment layer, go to yellow, and just just go to yellow, sorry guys, and just change this to be more pinkish like that. So this is perfect because we are going with that color all the way. You can change to any color you want, and this is much better. Now let's collapse this and go back to the glass. Where it is? It's here and it's here. So let's group this and name glass. And this is much better for me. I really like it now. So the next thing what we need to do here is to add some kind of glows here and there to a few elements, and to make things faster I will just use my favorite glow extension. It's Oniric, and I already did the full tutorial, or actually review of this plugin that I really love it. My really good friend Mario made it. You can check it on the link right there. And if you don't want to use it, if you don't want to buy additional plugins for this, you can go and check out my playlist about the glow effect. There are so many ways how you can create a glow effect in Photoshop without any kind of plugins, so whatever you want, you can do it. I will just create the glow effect and come back really quickly. Okay guys, so here it is. Here is the glow group. This is before, this is after. Now let me quickly show you how I did, but you already have full tutorials dedicated to a glow effect. So what I did right here, I used the Oniric for this. So just for this, just to make a glow right here. It's simple and easy, and I just use it for fun. Then I used 3 different layers into you will see linear dodge blending mode, and then I use lighten blending mode, but I could use linear dodge blending mode too, it doesn't matter. It's similar, really similar. And I just paint with some colors to other layers. So you can see, just paint with this color, add another color, add another version of that colors, just to get this kind of glowish effect. And this is basically it. Now what I like to do, I like to make the background a little bit darker. So for that I can go anywhere. Let's go, I don't know, let's go right here or here, just create exposure adjustment layer, or I can go at the top of everything, it doesn't matter actually. And I will make everything darker like that. And now I will select the model and just make the background darker, or I can invert this and just try to use a brush and just make the inside part here a little bit darker. Okay, so I ended up with this, but actually I needed to make a selection of the model and then that selection, put it in a group with this exposure adjustment layer and just paint on a group which part I want to be affected by that. To select the model, it wasn't so hard. Let's go here to the model. Let me show really quickly and just go with a quick selection tool or whatever tool for selecting, and then let's go quick selection tool. Just go right there and select subject, and Photoshop will calculate this for you and it will create a pretty nice result. You can tweak it here and there, but this is selection of the model. I needed to tweak this part right here, but that's it. So let's undo it a few times and let's go back to our dark room and let me show you. This is before, this is after. I like it better like this because the model is more visible than the brighter room inside. So this is pretty nice. And here we can stop, and actually I will stop here for this tutorial. You can add as many things and however you can create this really cool armor or whatever, however you want to call it, on a body. I will now group everything together, Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, go to filter and go with camera filter and just tweak colors a little bit, nothing fancy, nothing special. You can play with the eyes, you can add glow here and there, different kind of outlines and whatever. So it's really cool. I will add a little bit of vignetting and I will just add a little bit more contrast, open shadows a bit and go maybe with the highlights down and with the whites. Actually I will go opposite. I like it like this. Okay, then I want to add clarity but lower the texture a little bit because I don't want a rough surface of the skin and everything. So just like that. I can play with this too, but let's leave it. Lower the saturation and boost the vibrance. So this is before, this is after. Not a big deal, but still you can see a few details here and there. And let's see, maybe I can go and sharpen it a little bit and add a masking to sharp just the model like that. And let me see, I can go right here and maybe add some kind of a bluish tint to the background just a bit. So this is it, I don't want to overdo it. And let's say that I like this, and let's stop this, let's press OK, and let me show you. This is before and after camera, just small tweaking of the colors, but let's go right here. This is nothing, empty layer. This is before everything, this is where we started, and this is where we came with this really cool technique. So one more time, this is before, this is after, before and after. I really love the result, it's pretty cool, and this armor, this rubbery part of the Cyborg is really cool. I really love it. So let me know guys down there in the comments below what do you think about this technique and this result right there. Right guys, so that's it for today. I really hope that you learned a bunch of interesting tips, tricks and techniques from today's episode, and in case you want to learn more about that awesome glow effect, go and watch my dedicated playlist just for a glow effect, master it and make your photos even more interesting and better by adding glow here and there where is needed. Also guys, if you like this episode, just press the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe in case you're not already. Make sure not to miss any of my future episodes. Have fun, experiment, and see you in next fun tutorial. Bye bye.